Hi, I'm Amy Watson from Lakewood, California, and I'm here visiting my grandmother, Marlene Watson. And I just want to say hi to my parents and all my friends in Lakewood. Hi. So let's start the show.
Welcome to Aleene's Creative Living. We have so much to share with you today.
We just want to let you know that the shows on Thursday and Friday will be preempted and will air next week. We'll let you know more later on today.
Okay, now on today's show, we'll learn how to make gorgeous ribbon angels to lend an angelic look to your tree.
We'll craft a no-sew nativity banner.
And we'll find out how to get scrapbooking supplies delivered to your doorstep so you're always ready to craft.
Wow, get ready to party with Christmas favors for the tree and your guests.
And stitch a little ladybug magnet using plastic canvas.
We're starting off today with Cheryl Ball, and she's going to paint some boxes pretty in plaid.
So let's get crafting.
Cheryl's here with a great way to decorate a box that you don't have to unwrap for the holidays.
I know, the outside is just as good as the gift that's going to be on the inside.
Oh, I love that.
Well, plaid's very popular right now. And if you notice, these are all the exact same plaid, just with different colors. And it's easy to do with the brushes.
I think this is such a
Isn't it cute?
idea. So you could put your gift inside,
Right.
and then you could keep it around the house to just store your stuff in.
Or you don't have to give him the gift. Just give him the box.
Treat yourself to this one and give them the box.
Okay, let me show you what I do.
Okay.
We're going to use flat brushes today. A couple of flat brushes and one detail brush. Now, you're going to use the flat of the brush will make the plaid. So let me show you what we're going to do. You need to thin your paint down, and you don't ever want to thin down with your flat brush. I'm going to go to my little liner brush, get some water, just pull a little bit out. You don't need to thin down that whole area. That'll take you, it'll take forever, and you'll have so much. Yeah, just work with a little bit of a time, then it won't dry out on you either. So you want it really fairly watery, okay? Now to clean your brush, you want to make sure that you get in there, really kind of swish it around, never pounce. Just swish it around. A lot of paint is up in there, and then always dry it from the frill. See, there's a lot of paint up in here. You don't really want to get it on the metal. Okay, so let me show you. We're going to start with our flat brush, the whitest one we've got, and you want to wet it first and dry it off. If you don't, the paint will really adhere on those bristles, and then you'll never get a clean work with it. You need to have a nice chisel edge, and if there's paint stuck on there or dried, you won't get that nice chisel edge. Now you want to base coat your little box in whatever colors you want. I'm going to be using the reds today, and basically you just need 3 colors, and I'm going to start with the medium value. So you want to get your brush in there and just pull some paint out. You don't need a lot in there, then you won't have that good chiseled edge. So I'm putting paint in my brush. I'm going to start in the middle and just pull a line. And it's the width of the brush that makes the stripe. And if these aren't straight, that's fine too. What you really want to do is pull it towards yourself. It'll be easier, but I'm pulling it away from me just so you can see. And just kind of divide the space. And you want just a little bit of a tone. You don't want real heavy looking paint, and that's why I thin the paint down.
Would you ever want to use a chalk pencil or something to give yourself a visual guideline if you were maybe new at this?
You know, you can, but then if the paint gets over the chalk line, then it's there. You know, you can't, and you never want to use a pencil because once the paint gets over that, it's really hard to erase. So I just kind of freehand. Now I'm going to add more water. I'm just going to add a little bit as I go. It's better to freehand it. It looks better. It's just a plaid. You know, it's not that big of a...
So don't be afraid to try this. Cheryl says you can freehand this.
Now at the intersections, I want it to look a little bit darker. I'm going to go into the straight paint for this. So it's not the thin down. And can you see what it does to those intersections there?
Sure.
It really gives a plaid look to it. Okay. Now I'm going to clean out my brush. I'm going to go to a smaller one now. Again, wet it, dry it off. Now on the side over here, I did a white one, and I'm going to thin this down a little bit here. White goes on very stark, so you don't want it real stark. You just want to put it here. And I want to put it on the underside of each one of these. And however you make it, just make it look the same, and it will look like a plaid in the end. If you just put them all at the bottom on one side or on the other. Now I think maybe I'll even mix the two to get kind of a different color here. I'm going to use my liner brush for the little lines that go on either side here. So plaids are very easy to do. All it is just the width of the brush and the thinning down of the paint that does it for you.
This is really coming together. Now, we do have a variety of boxes that you can ask the operators about open stock. You can choose whatever size you want to create your gift.
And I would say for the bigger boxes, get a wider brush.
Yes.
These little weenie ones are good, a little small for this. But look at the different colors, just make different looks of plaid.
Right.
And whatever you do will be fine.
Okay, well, with our kit today, you do get the wooden beads, which I know you used as a knob that you can put on the top of your box to make it very elegant, as well as a selection of the Aleene's designer brushes.
Good starting set of brushes.
Okay, Cheryl, this was fun. Thank you.
Good.
Now we know a lot of you love angels out there. That's why we're so lucky to have Leah Cavender of Easy Bows to show us how easy it is to do. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Linda. We've had lots of requests for the angels that were such a big hit last fall, so we've put together a whole different kit for you with the angels. So I want to show you first some of the things you can make. This is the large angel, which works beautifully as a tree topper. Can also make a nice centerpiece. And then we have the small angels. And I'm going to show you how to make one of those from start to finish.
They're so beautiful, so delicate looking.
Well, and you can make them in minutes. And they're as simple as making a bow on your Easy Bow Maker. So I want to show you how to make one. First thing you do, now we have 3 dowels here. This is your small dowel for 1/8 inch to 1.5 inch ribbon, 1.5 inch, all the way to 36-inch wide fabric you can put in here. But we will, for the angel, we'll be using the larger dowels. So I just measure off some ribbon, just so you're not messing with it every time you make a loop. And I'll measure here to 7 inches. This is the small angel that we're making. 7 inches on this side. Now we're going to make...
This makes it so easy because it's all measured out.
It really does. And because I'm going to make, in the kit, you get enough to make 3 small angels and 1 large one with 16 yards of ribbon. So what I'm showing you is how to make the small one. You'll do 4 loops.
And that's in our open stock kit today?
Yes, it is. 4 loops at 7 inches on each side. Then fold this down so you can easily see your measuring base here. And we're going to start out at 3 inches on each side. Whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. Then we're going to go to 2 inches on each side, and then 1 inch on each side. So you can kind of see the shape. Here are the wings. We'll pull those upward. We'll pull the skirt downward. Now this is a wire edge ribbon. You don't have to use wire edged ribbon, but a ribbon with body is best. I do prefer the wired because you can store them from year to year and have them
And they just fluff up
fluff
nicely.
right up. Yeah. Crisscross your wire between the dowels, cinch it down, lift it up, and there you have your angel body. And all you have to do is just pull the wire and twist it. Now this is the wire you can affix it to the tree or the wreath or package with, or you can also use the little ornament on the head. And what I want to show you here is...
These are such a treat to get on a gift.
Oh, they're beautiful. Use them in place of a bow, and you're getting a gift with a gift. And you can write a special little something to someone about, you know, them being an angel in your life and that sort of thing. And that's really nice. So you just glue this on like that. And if you'll hold her while she's drying. And these are specially made with the shoulders cut out, so they fit right over the bow. And then we'll just wrap this around here. And you have the ribbon that comes in the kit. This ties around her waist.
These would be so great for a craft fair too.
You know, we've had a lot of people, I put on craft shows in Tennessee, and a lot of the people that have sold these have told me they just do very well with them. You know,
Oh, I can
people
imagine.
love angels, and this is a quick way to make them. You can also mix the fabrics here. You know, have the wings one color, the drape another.
Oh, that would be pretty contrast.
Yeah, and then to add the arms, all you're doing is slipping them right inside that first little set of wings. And we're going to angle those in. So it looks like she's holding
Beautiful.
her instrument here. And you get 3 different instruments with this. And the 16 yards of wire edge ribbon.
You could have these all over your tree in different colors.
Yes, you could. And of course, an angel is not an angel without a halo. Not a very good angel,
No.
at least.
She has to have her halo.
Got to have her halo. So we'll glue the halo on. And remember, with the instructions for the Easy Bow Maker, you can make 16 different bows. And lots more of that if you want to experiment a little bit. So we'll glue her halo on. And there you have it.
There she is. She's beautiful.
Thank
you, Leah,
you.
for being here and sharing this wonderful idea.
You're welcome.
It's a great day here at Aleene's when Sue Thornton Gray is here because we always learn something new and exciting, and this is about computers today too.
More on computers, correct, using the Customizer 2000 program with the Memory Craft Reader Writer.
Janome is just always coming up with something great.
I think they are too. It's been an exciting fall season for us all with all the new inventions and introductions that we have made. But over the last couple of weeks, I have been working on Easy Edit, and we've talked about importing designs and creating large design. And what I brought with me today is a 3x3 element. In other words, it's 9 sheets of paper, 3 across and 3 down. And this is actually a program, and it's printed. This is the template that is printed out. And let's just show everyone sewn.
Okay.
You know, they keep
I can
on
move
saying
this.
we want bigger and bigger and bigger. And I guess that this is pretty big to me.
Yes, this is nice.
This is pretty big. And so to explain to everyone how this is done, because it's a very simple process, I just wanted to show you real quick, number one, that it does come with the Customizer 2000 program.
Okay.
So once you have loaded that onto your computer, all you would need to do is to go to the Open icon and then go to the My Designs folder.
Okay.
And we are going to simply select Template 3-1. And there's part of our design.
All right.
Now it's hard to recognize when it is in this form, but once you go to the overview,
Oh my.
there you can see your whole design. But what does this mean? You know, you can do all of this and do all of your creativity on a computer, but we're sewers. You know,
Yes.
our ultimate goal is to get that to fabric.
Exactly.
So if you were to bring back our sheet here,
Okay.
so this is one of the ways that you can print a template, is on a piece of paper. And then you would tape it together, and I call this so I get everything in the right order. Otherwise, once you have all of these individual little elements like I have here, how do you know what goes where?
Exactly.
Okay?
And these actually came out of the printer just like this and ready to go.
Ready to go. But what I did is on my piece of paper, I gave everything a number.
All
This
right.
is first sheet of paper, second sheet of paper, third, moving across. Of course, this one did not have a design in it, so
Exactly.
I didn't give it a number. And then I also gave my transparencies. I print outline template onto transparencies, and then I also numbered them so that they would correspond with what's on the sheet of paper.
Okay.
So, you may ask me, well, Sue, why did you not tape these all together?
Why didn't you take these all together?
Just like you did your sheet of paper. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
why?
Because it's very difficult. Our ultimate tool is the cloth setter.
Right.
And this is stiff. So if we were to tape this all together like the sheet of paper, it would be difficult for us to achieve the perfect placement because we'd have all of this stuff taped together.
Right.
So what I did then was just to use each piece individually. And because this is in the corner, we're going to pick on the corner.
Okay.
Okay? So this is exactly the same as what I have below. And this is exactly the same as what we have here.
Right.
I'm just going to move this over like this. So once it is printed, we're simply going to take our little awl and open up the corners so that we have a place to mark the fabric.
Right.
So then we would mark the fabric accordingly. Then using the ultimate goal, place it underneath and match up the marks that were made on the fabric.
I love it.
So every place is perfect.
It's great, Sue.
Right.
This is brilliant. And you've got promotional machines today.
Promotional machines. The MemoryCraft 9000 with the Customizer 2000 is on sale right now.
All right.
As is the CompuLock, which is our top-of-the-line serger, the 4800, which is our newest member of our fully computerized sewing machines. It is wonderful. And our 5124, which is great in our midline section. So I encourage everyone to go visit their nearest Janome dealer, and they'll be more than happy to show them all the good stuff.
Oh, that's exciting.
Including the Customizer 2000.
All right, then. Well, I can't wait for next week.
Oh, me too.
I'll see you then.
All righty.
Hancock Fabrics always brings us the most beautiful designs, and today's no exception. We have a beautiful nativity wall hanging, and joining me is Melody Good. Hi, Melody.
Hi, Patty.
This is gorgeous.
Thank you. This project's made with Aleene's Hot Stitch Fusible Web and also used the fabric glue stick and her ultimate glue gun for this particular project.
Well, the fabric in this is exquisite. I love the background in blue, and of course we can always go to Hancock Fabrics and find all these beautiful items.
It definitely can, and we've tried to make the pieces simple, but yet it's very, very nice.
And this would be beautiful hanging anywhere in your home, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Well, show me how to do this.
Okay, to start off with, we have in our instruction sheet the pattern. And one thing, if you've not used Aleene's Hot Stitch Fusible Web, it's important to know that you need to reverse your pattern pieces so that when you cut them out and put them on the project, they'll be in the correct position.
You're right, that's very important to know.
Well, so what we've tried to do is we have made the pattern in reverse, so you don't have to worry about reversing it for you. So if you look at the instruction, find the pattern and find the picture, you'll see that they're opposite of each other, but that was done intentionally.
Okay.
And you take the Hot Stitch Fusible Web, you place the paper side up over top of the pieces, and you would trace all the pieces that you need to cut onto the Hot Stitch Fusible Web. You would then cut up the different pieces, and following the manufacturer's instructions, you would fuse them onto the fabrics that you have selected. Now when you're working with lame, we have gold lame for the star. We recommend you use a press cloth for that, but you need to fuse these in place for 2 to 3 seconds to attach them before you start.
Okay.
So we have our pattern piece. You need to cut out the large stable, which is the large piece that's underneath. We have a large piece of fabric for the back of the wall hanging with the stars. You need to position the stable 3.5 inches up and center it from left to right.
Okay.
So I just drawn a line on there to make it a little bit easier. And you need to fuse this in place for your base. Now the rest of your fusing will come about in that area. So again, you would take the pattern pieces and you would line them up, removing these. And you would just start to position these on the piece as you see. So
And
again,
like you say, there's a project sheet that shows us all the guidelines.
right. So you would position all of these in place. Now you can use the fabrics of your choice, and maybe a good time to use up some of the little pieces that you have in your stash.
Sure.
Now the next thing you need to do, once you have all your characters fused onto the stable, you need to add the border around the outside. So we recommend that you do the 2 upright pieces, then you want to position the top. Again, remove your fusible web,
Yes.
position those, and fuse those in place.
This is so pretty.
That goes together really quite quickly. Now the last piece you need to put on top, once you have your stable pieces, is again your lame piece. And you need to anchor your star, and I'm just going to quickly touch that on without the press cloth here.
Okay.
But fuse that in place for the positioning. So once you have that in place, the next thing you want to do is you want to create the straw at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
So we've taken some embroidery floss and we have just put different colors together, but you need to just cut them into odd pieces. Now, this is where we've used the ultimate glue gun with the fabric glue. And you just run this across. Now this is one of those places you need to be a little bit careful, the hot glue, because you want to randomly just position some of the straw pieces at the bottom.
What a clever idea, Melody.
Now it's kind of fun and maybe another way to use up some of the pieces of the embroidery floss that you're working with. Now for the base of this, we have created a backing, and we'll need this piece back in a little bit.
Okay.
So we created a backing. We have to add the fusible web onto the back of this. We want to fold over the border, so we fold over, you leave the paper on while you're doing this part. You need to fold the top and the bottom, and you want to miter the corners. So to do that, you fold that in, and you can see we've created the mitered corners on the piece. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do this, but you would then pull out all the paper at this point. Once you have those edges folded over, we've added a piece of batting, and you want to position that inside.
Can I help?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so again, you would have had your paper removed. Position your batting in place. We then take the top part, and we want to use some glue and glue the trim around the outside edge.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now tell me about your stores, Melody.
We have over 450 stores located in 40 states.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm always in awe at all the wonderful things that Hancock Fabrics has. Thank you so much for a great project today.
Thank you, Patty.
Welcome back to Aleene's Creative Living, the best resource for crafters everywhere. And I'm going to go talk to a really good resource.
Okay, we'll see you soon. We have another fun-filled half an hour to go, so be sure you stay with us because we're going to show you a simple way to keep your scrapbooking supplies up to date. We'll create party favors for the holidays and bring good luck to your home with little ladybug magnets. But first, it's time for Creative Chat. Patty and Maria are here to chat about beading.
Maria, we're going to talk about beadwork and all of the basics of that, aren't we?
Beading is one of our most popular craft hobbies, and I just thought I'd do a little primer here for you. What we see in front and in our paper plate are all the different types of beads that we can work with, anything from plastic, wood, shells, bone, you name it, and somebody's probably made a bead out of it. Beading is also very popular as a collectible. There's a lot of people out there that collect beads. As we're going around the plate, I did want to show the different sizes. These teeny, teeny little beads are called seed beads, and next to them are the E-beads. Most beads are either faceted, round, or tubular. As we come around, you can see these. They're very well known with our beady buddies. They're very popular now, and these are pony beads. And I wanted to point out there's actually 3 different sizes of pony beads now. The original size, then we go down, and those are called the mini pony beads. And the itsy bitsy ones that are just a little bit bigger than an E-bead are called the baby pony beads now. As you're going around, you're going to see the tubular, kind of like spaghetti all broken up, and those are called bugle beads. Whether, it doesn't matter what type of material the beads are made out of, a lot of them are either strung or they use a needle. And what they're using are very, very thin, light gauge wires, and some a little bit thicker now that artistic wires come out with some beautiful colors. You want to see the wire with them. You also have a very transparent thread that looks like your fishing line. And there are also some, especially for bracelets and necklaces, that are elastic so that they have a little bit of give to them. The beading needles are very, very long, thin, and they're very lightweight. They seem like almost that they would break, but they do have a long eye, and that way you're able to thread many of the different things. Also, what I have here are 2 different types of thimbles that beaders use. This first one is leather, and it just has a lot of give as you're trying to pull the needle through. And then the second one is plastic, and it has what looks like Velcro on it. And the reason that this is used is you can come in and it will pick up your little miniature, little teeny seed beads, because that can be a problem with beading, trying to keep track of all of that. There are wonderful books. Beading is used in jewelry, for holiday decorations, hair baubles, you name it. Beaders like to incorporate them. And so there's a lot of information out there. I first took an interest to beading when I had a trip to Alaska, and that's a very, very popular pastime up there, and they just had library aisles full of books on beading.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it really dates way, way, way back, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, and some of the original works that we still have today were for clothing or to embellish garments.
Well, it is always so interesting to chat with you, and beading is a really interesting idea.
Thank you much.
Coming up next, you don't have to leave your home anymore to find scrapbooking supplies. Stay with us. If you love scrapbooking as much as we do, you're going to love what Lauren's got to show us today.
And I certainly do love scrapbooking. I'm really into it, and this is a great program from Oxmoor House.
It's a continuity program.
It certainly is, so you get all kinds of fun stuff in the mail every 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, I have been loving talking to you about this. Let's look at some of these pages that they've given us all these ideas for.
They are wonderful pages, and here we've got, as you can see, they're oversized pages. This particular program has large, approximately 13 by 13 inch pages.
Wow.
So you can fit a lot on there. And here's a fun fall one. The entire background is just a decorative sheet.
Beautiful.
So you didn't have to do a whole lot of work on there. Just crop your photos and then cut out from a template some leaves and add some lettering in there. Simple as, it really is simple on that particular one.
And this down here is
Plaid
adorable.
Hollywood. I love these sunglasses on this one. I think this is just too cute. Again, now we've used some freehand stars here just to make them kind of a funkier shape, and then used a solid color to mat it on, and that really makes those stars pop out. Use some decorative lettering, and a lot of the lettering comes in the idea books. So that will inspire you to just, be fun with it and just, have fun. This entire background is just, again, a decorative sheet.
Now, how do we get these, Lauren?
Well, when you order this program, what you get initially is a starter kit.
Okay.
And this starter kit is huge. It's a $50 value. You get to keep that starter kit no matter if you continue with the continuity program or not. That's yours to keep forever and ever and ever, Patty.
Oh, we love that.
So, and then, that's really nice because you get an album and all this other stuff I'm going to tell you about.
Yes, tell me about it.
Okay.
We
You
get
want to
an
talk about the album first?
Sure.
You get this album, as I say, it holds 13 by 13 inch pages and opens flat, which is always really nice when you're working on something.
Definitely.
3-ring binder type, opens and closes real easy, and that's much easier than having to unscrew things and put the pages in there. I like that so much better.
And what else?
Start out with 3 of the acid-free, photo-safe papers, pages to put your photos on. We have 3 of the protective sleeves.
Nice.
And then 3 decorative sheets. Again, they're oversized, as all these materials are. And then just some basic colors in the solid colors.
And a great template.
And a wonderful template, right? You get all these little designs on here, which are
Nice.
real practical. And then you get an idea book, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but lots of ideas in there. Some photo mount stickers on here to either mount your photos or to do, as I say, your matting.
Right.
You can layer different things on there. Some fun little stickers, and then of course a photo safe pen. You can write directly on your pictures with that,
Okay.
or do your journaling with that.
Oh, so we've got everything we need to get started.
Right.
All
As I say,
right.
that's absolutely free to keep forever and ever.
Now, what is this over here?
Now, when they join the program, you get, as I say, this free starter kit plus the second memory pack. Now, this is the memory pack that you get initially, and then every 4 to 6 weeks they will get a new memory pack. And that's what they have 30 days to decide if they want to keep that or not.
Okay. Now,
if
when we
you keep
get
that,
this-
you pay for it. If you don't like those, you just send whichever ones back that you don't like.
Cool.
So that's what's real nice and convenient because you don't have to go shopping for it.
Yes.
It comes right to you, and
I
you have
love
plenty
it.
of time to do all your pages. And it's also less expensive than buying the materials in the store.
Oh, really?
And this is the only place they can get these particular materials. So
Okay.
that's what makes it really nice. And as I say,
Yes.
these little memory packs, they'll vary every month. Sometimes there'll be decorative paper, sometimes there'll be templates in there, and idea
Wow.
books, all kinds of different things. And the idea books do tell you on the back what will come in your next shipment.
All right, let's look at this. This is something that comes with every shipment, right?
Right.
So it's full of ideas.
Right, lots of tips and pictures and all kinds of things for inspiration. Look how colorful these are.
Oh, yes.
And you might see something that inspires you and you don't want to do that exact same thing, but you can just use part of that to go, with what your theme is and what you want to do.
Well, we were looking through here earlier. Now, I
Right.
found a hot tip I want to read to you. Let's
Okay.
see. It says, using a pencil, draw in a wavy line across the bottom of the page as a guide for your lettering, and you can erase the line when you're finished writing.
Now, I thought that was a great tip.
That's
and
a great tip.
I found one that coincides.
Okay.
And mine used the wavy line, and in between the wavy line, they wrote words. And on this page, I thought that was really cute.
Yes.
For water.
Perfect.
Really cute. And then I found another one on the back here.
What?
Which I thought, flip this around, was really cute. Just using circles. Just
Oh.
layering different size circles
For a
from the template. What an
snowman.
easy way to make a snowman.
Awesome.
So really, really easy.
Really cool
Okay,
stuff.
get that
And
out
we've
of my
got-
way. I want to show you some more pages.
Okay. Okay, we just barely got a little bit more
I know.
time.
I thought these were great Christmas pages. And this is just drawn on. They've cut out the letters and then just using a red felt tip marker drawn on there. And I thought this one was
That's great.
adorable too.
Oh, yeah.
This is using decorative papers, cutting out those frames on there. So I wanted to show you those two, and this one's really
this
cute too.
one is
But
adorable.
you got to order it because you get all this fun stuff and all this inspiration for it. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for showing us this great program.
You're so welcome.
Thanks, Lauren.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Now be sure and tell Santa that you want the perfect favor maker under the Christmas tree this year. Don't you think so, Laura?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody needs one of these to make some fantastic little poofs for the Christmas tree.
Well, what a great way to make an inexpensive but really festive holiday decoration.
Right, and you can take a little tiny Christmas tree like I did and put some pine-smelling potpourri in it, and the whole room will smell good.
Oh, what a great idea. And you know, my grandmother would just absolutely love this. She always has those little Christmas trees. Now, there are so many different things that you can do. How do you want to get started?
Well, actually, I'm going to do two different things today, and let me start with the first one. Again, you take your 18 inches of ribbon. Now, this is a little different ribbon because you want to hang this on the tree itself. And you're going to put the product on two different levels, and you have two pieces.
So our kit today is the perfect favor maker, but what you're showing us is something that we can ask for open stock, which is all these fun nettings that come with this ribbon,
That's correct. And you have 4 different colors and the ribbon that goes with it. Now, you get the potpourri, put it in there. I've cut off some little pieces of mylar sprig, and you tie it.
Those sprigs are such a nice effect. I certainly want all our viewers to know that they can ask the operators for those as well.
Okay, now you're going to tie something to tie it onto the tree, and you're going to tie this in a double knot and leave a loop. And this ribbon here that I'm showing is kind of interesting as it will curl.
Well, that is a very nice touch.
And then you can either hang it on a tree or put it in a gift box and give it out as a gift.
I think this is a lovely idea, and yet what a great favor this would be for a party, or if you wanted to give gifts to all of your friends at work or in your clubs or church groups. This would be a simple thing to do that would be a lot of fun.
Right. Now let me show you another one, which
Okay.
is just as easy, and this would make a beautiful centerpiece for a Christmas dinner or a Christmas lunch. And again, you take your 18 inches of ribbon, you take the 2 pieces in different colors, and you can mix and match and come up with whatever color combination you want.
You know, you're using potpourri, which is a wonderful bit of aromatherapy to offer your
Doesn't
friends.
it smell like a good... Now, you can do this any 2 ways. I've done it before where you just stick it right into the machine. But you can also just make the poof itself. Since this fabric is rather stiff, you want to punch a little hole on the bottom, just a tad, and then you stick your
Just find the
sprig
center.
right in the middle, go to the hole, and there you are. And this one here, you just want to tie a bow.
And this is something you can use as part of a floral arrangement.
That's right. You can put them in individual bud vases. You can put them in a nice big display in the center of the table. And it makes everything look very, very festive, and it makes it smell good too.
Well, it's a wonderful little accent piece, and like you said, you can put the potpourri for the aromatherapy, or you could just put some good old-fashioned chocolate in there to
Now, if you
enjoy
want to
some
put
treats.
the chocolates in there, then you can use them as an individual place setting, and that would be ideal.
Oh, that's a great idea for holiday, or even for New Year's Eve.
I can think of a great chocolate truffle. Wouldn't that be nice in there?
Oh, I do like that. Now, in order to do this, what you are going to want to do is order our kit today, which is the Favor Maker. And don't forget, you can ask the operators for this holiday assortment kit that has the 4 different types of, it's not really netting, it's more gossamer-like than that.
Actually, that is what we call crystal. It's a crystallized product,
Wonderful.
and it looks real pretty.
And you can also ask the operator for these fun sprigs. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
We want to show you a fun way that you can bring a little breath of spring indoors for the winter. Donna, these are really fun plastic canvas projects.
They really are, Catherine. And I just love to be able to start thinking about my spring planting early in the year.
Well, these are so cute. Let's go ahead and take a peek at some of these. You know, I really like this grasshopper. Look at this. He is a bouncing bug. This is very cute. And then let's go ahead and look at some of these others. You know, they have such a nice finished edge, and with that shiny yarn that you use, these really look great.
And I'm going to show you how to get that nice finished edge.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Now, this is our project today that we're featuring. It's these little ladybugs, and I've got all kinds of questions for you. So why don't you go ahead and show us how to get started?
Okay, I want to first of all stress that plastic canvas is so easy to do. If you can thread a needle, you can do plastic canvas. And I want to show you how to thread your needle. The first thing you do is take a little piece of paper like this and lay your yarn over in the paper. Insert the paper into the eye of the needle, and voila.
Donna, I just
threaded.
have one thing to say. Where have you been all of my life? You know how many years I've been trying to get that yarn just so...
It just doesn't work.
Great idea.
And after you've done that, that's the hardest part.
Okay.
The rest of it is very easy, and whenever you work plastic canvas, what you want to do is when you take your first few stitches, do not knot your yarn.
Okay.
You just hold it on the back.
Do not knot.
Do not knot.
Okay.
And we're doing a simple little stitch. And see, we're working right over that end that's on the back.
Oh, and
so
that
when you
locks
get
it.
through, it just locks it down.
Great.
That's right. And after you work your piece, you've got all those wonderful little squares that we show there. And this is the way you get the nice smooth edges. When you're working in the corners, you want to do 2 or 3 overcast stitches, whip stitches. But you just simply go into each hole. You put as many as you need so that you can get a nice smooth edge.
Well, and the plastic itself disappears the way you have done these, and it almost looks like you have some sort of needle point or something.
That's right. Well, plastic canvas really is needlepoint done on a plastic canvas rather than a fabric canvas, and the beauty of it is you don't have to block it. If you've ever done regular needlepoint, when you get through it's rather distorted and you have to block it.
Wow.
Okay, another thing that I want to show today is when you're working on real small pieces, this is going to be the flower that we have on the magnet.
Can we show how these
Sure.
look finished? I pulled these up and I'm like, how did you do these? Did you buy these pre-made? And she's like, no, Catherine, you too can make flowers like this.
Well, what you do is you want to work with just a little bit of yarn, and most yarn is very easily separated into
The different filaments.
to 1 or 2 ply. You have 4-ply yarn. If you're using a 4-ply yarn, you only want to separate out 2 plies. This happens to be a 2-ply yarn. And you just cut a small piece though, because if you get too large, it'll tangle when you begin to separate it. Okay, so what we're going to do is overcast with 1 of those plies of yarn, and you do the same thing. You just continue to insert your needle and wrap it around the edge of the plastic like this until you get a smooth coverage.
So you're going in the same hole
Over and
quite a
over.
few different times.
That's right.
And that's how it starts to just become transformed, and you can't even tell that it's a yarn. I mean, because it just so beautifully, it covers that.
That's right. And this is beautiful yarn for this project because it's fluffy. Notice how it fluffs back up again whenever you separate it out.
It's perfect. So then we just put it all together?
That's right. And that's where we come in here. We have our finished base, and we're going to put a little hot glue.
Oh, I always like to glue something.
Right. If you want to show the finished project over on this side,
Well, it looks wonderful, and we do want everyone to know that, hooray, this is our super value kit today. It's an $18.90 value for only $14.90. And one of the books that you get is the Ultimate Plastic Canvas Guide that has great tips and ideas, and I was very impressed with this. It's life-changing.
It really is a great book because it goes through in detail telling you how to do every step of plastic canvas.
Yay, Donna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine.
It's time for Watch and Win. We know you have been waiting anxiously to find out who our winner is today.
And we've got a great prize, Catherine. It's the Winter Gardening Super Value Get Acquainted Kit valued at $14.90. 3 great books.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna reach down here and find the winner of the day.
Right now.
Suzanne Wise from Fresno, California.
All right.
Yay, Suzanne. And Suzanne, thank you so much for writing so neatly. It makes it really easy for us to read your name. So
Congratulations.
Says, my daughter and I love your show. Keep up all those great ideas. Well, Suzanne, call us up anytime at 1-800-825-3363 to claim your prize.
Now tomorrow we'll have handmade accordion books made with tissue paper.
And we'll get some tips on quilting with stars.
And knit a luxurious chenille stole.
Don't forget that there will be no Aleene's Creative Living on Thursday or Friday. That's Thanksgiving, and then the day after that where you have to rest for all the things you're thankful for.
That's right. Now, you'll want to join us next Monday and Tuesday at 9 o'clock and noon. We'll be on twice.
Right.
That's Eastern and Pacific time for twice as much crafting fun. Can't wait. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.